Hey everyone, sorry. Apologies. I'm here now. I'm just existing and I'm chilling. I'm a bit late today, I apologize for that. And we're not doing Yu-Gi-Oh today because my friend is away. But tomorrow, I think he said that we can play, so that'll be cool. Yeah. Alright my friends, hope you're doing well. I'm currently doing okay. I'm existing. This is how it is. Yo, what up, Silva? How's it going? Can you hear me alright? Dude, I saw your art, man. It's actually insane. Is that something that you learned recently, or? It is so cool, man. I was so shocked, to be honest. Oh, maybe you left. Hello? I don't know. Tell me if you're back. My YouTube broke, sorry. Oh, I was just saying, dude, I saw your art, man. It was so good. It is so good. I honestly, it's shocking, to be honest. It looks like something you would put on those, like, Pokemon cards. You know, like, you can get some of the 3D art on the Pokemon cards. It looked like that, man. It was so good, man. I was shocked, I'm not gonna lie, I was really shocked. I thought you just posted like a piece of artwork, and then I read a bit. I was at work, I think, and I read a bit. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was like, who? I was so shocked. But it was so, it's hopeful, because it means eventually I'll be able to do something similar. Is this something you picked up recently, or? Because I have to do, I plan to do it eventually for like doing my own stuff for my video games that I intend to make eventually. But I don't think I'll be going in that much depth. So I looked at a bunch of tutorials for like low poly on Blender. So I don't know if it'll be translatable or not, but like anyways, yeah. That's what I'm up to, man. But no, it was so cool. It was actually so cool, man. True. You can easily do better, man. I am limited to by hardware and time. I mean, yeah, I could do better, yeah. It was so good, man. I hope you keep posting more. Even if they're like small stuff. Have you seen my one? Should I share my one with you? I have photos. Hold up. I'll send you a DM. It's so bad, man. I showed it. I think I showed you already. It's the. Did you see the slime I made, or were you not there? I'll show you. It's so embarrassing. I'll show you anyways. It's so funny. Sending it to you. This one. That's what I made so far. I sent it to you on Discord. I learned about like texture mapping or something. I don't know what they call it. It's like map painting or whatever. I did that, and I did that in like Aseprite, and then I had to unwrap UV mapping. That's what it's called. I had to learn that. It was pretty hard, to be honest. My brain doesn't understand the 3D objects going into 2D, and it's super. I don't know. I found it hard. It's like supposed to be like a PlayStation 2 rendition of that character that you see there. I sent it to you, yeah. Looks nice and clean. It's actually quite blocky. I limited myself to a certain amount of polygons because I don't want the topology to be super dense. Because if you imagine if I'm running a lot of game stuff, then you want the topology to be quite limited. And so I was looking up, I did some reading on like some of the PlayStation 2 hardware and what it could handle and what kind of stuff we can do with models. Because I really didn't want to go super deep. Yeah. Thanks. No, no, thanks. I mean, I want. Yeah, I'll do more, but yes, it will be. It's very hard. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy. That's like something that's really hard. In other news, you have the advantage of knowing anatomy and such to boost you. I don't know anatomy very well. I'm not like a super genius in anatomy. My partner knows anatomy really well. In fact, she started drawing and she's getting quite like, it's kind of scary how quickly she's learning how to do it. She always says like, oh, I suck and stuff like that, but it's kind of scary. Like, she's actually getting really good. I'm super happy for her, bro. It's really nice to see. She wants to do more stylized work, but I did warn her and I told her like, listen, I know you want to do stylized stuff, but it's probably good to like go over the anatomy stuff. So I gave her like, she's reading one of the books that I have, the anatomy one for drawing, and she's going and reading through that, and she's like, yeah, I know this stuff, because she's like, she's did this during school, like anatomy classes, so she's pretty smart. She's like, oh yeah, I know that. I'm like, okay, dude, thanks for straight roasting me, bro. Yeah. But I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Last 2 days. I was playing with my friend on stream, and that was pretty nice. Just to get back into the groove a little bit. I haven't played in months, to be honest, and I was like, damn, I want to play TCG again a little bit, you know, because I was thinking about some of the decks and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, nice. And so I played, Fiendsmith, Bestial, Runic. That was the deck I tried. It was really fun. I also played Centurion. I played a new deck. I think it was called... What new deck did I play? I don't remember. What did I play? It was... What was the deck I played? It was not a Runic deck. I remember that. Something that was... Shit, I can't believe I forgot. But there's a VOD up, you can watch it. And we were just... Yeah, he was playing the new decks, like the Dragon Tail, and he played also Branded, because he loves Branded. Much like you, my friend. I was also... Yeah. And so anyways, there's a new MST deck. I didn't know this. Apparently there's a new MST deck. Did you know that? Yeah, I was playing Runic Fiend guy, yeah. Yeah, there's a new MST deck, and the MST deck apparently goes well with Runic as well. So he said you're bowling. He said if you come back to the game, you're bowling, and I was like, damn, okay. Because honestly, I was like thinking about that deck like in my pastime the other day. I was like, oh man, that deck is so sweet, man. It's so simple in design. It's like quick play spells, draw 3 cards. It's like full dopamine rush. And so like, yeah. And then I mentioned it to him and he said, yeah, you should play again. I was like, okay, sure, let's do it, why not? Literally neuron activation. I refuse to play stun though. Stun is like, stun version of Runic is not fun. Apparently he said like you can play the stun version of Runic and it functions like you can activate all of your solemn cards without paying the costs. I'm like, what? There's like a card that says you don't need to pay for. It's like one of the new Morganite cards or something. Apparently it's like insane. And it's a top contender for a deck, so. Oh shit. I'm out. This conversation is low IQ. Yeah, no, I'm not playing stun. I mean, I'm not interested in playing stun. I'm just telling you it's super strong. Apparently in the format. I was checking some of the decks and it's literally one of the top decks. The other top decks are just like, you know, the usual stuff. There's, I think, Ryziel is there. I think Malice fell down. Malice was the malware deck or whatever. Cybus kind of deck. That Cybus slot died, and then what else? It sounds bad. Yeah, I mean, there's. I'm trying to think. Let me search up. There's like a lot of. I'll just search up. I don't know the meta very well, but I'll just read out the names, and if you recognize them, you do recognize them. If you don't recognize them, all good. YGO Pro deck is probably the best way to find it. Top deck. So Yummy. Oh, Yummy is a deck. It's basically the new Pearly. Vanquish Soul is on top right now, but they're using a small sub engine that's rank 5 that I really don't like. It's the Furry engine. I hate it. Mitsurugi is going really good. Malice is there, but it's not as strong as Draco Tail, and Crystron is on top right now with the K9 engine as well. I dislike the K9 engine. I'm not a fan, but apparently Crystron K9 is really good, so that's something that I can explore as well. I can always play pure Crystron and pure Vanquish Soul, but the Vanquish Soul card that I need is very expensive, and I'm not interested in buying new cards. There's Memento is also on top. It's 2% in terms of metagame, but that's not bad. Blue Eyes is there. Ryziel is there at the bottom now, and Mermail is there still existing. But Yummy and Vanquish Soul are at the top right now. Top 3 is Yummy, Vanquish Soul, Draco Tail, and then the rest. So that's cool. That is cool. That's cool. It's just the Vanquish Soul. I can't even play pure Vanquish Soul just because I can't afford one of the cards. So the deck that I opted to play is a couple of months old, and I was made sure that I use the cards that I already have. So there's 2 decks that I'm probably gonna play if I go back to visiting on locals and stuff. It will probably be Centurion, like the new version of Centurion that uses a bunch of there's 2 new cards in the extra deck. Is the Snake Eyes the fusion monster, because my guys are in the back row, so I can fuse them off and go into it. I can also go into another Snake Eyes synchro monster, which is really cool. Yeah, so I've been using the so what I've been doing as well is Centurion. That's one deck. The other deck is obviously Runic. That's just my bread and butter. But Runic, no, not stun. I'm only playing Runic. I'm playing Bestial Runic Fiendsmith, which is really cool. It's obviously you get the benefits of the Runic cards destroying your opponent's decks, but it goes really well with the Fiendsmith and the Bestials. Yeah, Doom Dragon. Yeah, it's really nice. The Doom Dragon is really nice. So I've been playing the Fiendsmith thing. That's pretty good. I'm enjoying that. Basically, it's just pure control. You set up the board, and then you're just controlling the game state with your Desiree. And I learned the new combo. Clap for me. I learned the new combo for Fiendsmith with the new cards because I never played them. So that's pretty good. I learned that combo. Pretty decent. It's very good recursion, by the way. Very, very good. That's pretty good. Very happy about that. Oh, the other deck is Fable. Fable apparently has got support, and my friend gave me a list. Oh, I searched up a list rather, and yeah. Oh, he sent me a list rather. Fabled is a deck that I'm looking forward to. That deck is cool too. It's like Fabled, Fiendsmith, Runic, because they're synchro cards. So I can use the Runic to climb. And I can add, you know, like that deck, oh sorry, that card, the extra deck card, the Unicorn. I can use that card and I can control my hand because I'm always depleting the cards from my hand to basically make my opponent have a hard time. Listen, man, what do you want me to say? Yu-Gi-Oh is Yu-Gi-Oh, man. You gotta come up with the goo. I'm just kidding. But anyways, if you search up Magnificestorm, that's a new deck that I'm excited about. It's a deck that's centered around MST. And when you use MST, you get a bunch of benefits. But you're locked into wins for 2 of the cards, which is a bit rough. But yeah, that's a deck that I might be keen to play or pick up if it's cheap. And try for the new format. Search it up, it's good, it's really good, and the card art looks rad as hell. It's called Magnificestorm. Or just search up MST archetype, you'll find it. Does YouTube have live chat replay? I didn't see it in VODs. It should have live chat replay. There's a button somewhere situated, but I don't know if I've set it up to have this being displayed. I don't have any chatters, to be honest, for live chat, so I mean it's not really a big deal right now. You're like the first kind of chatter in general, so if it does become a thing, then I'll find a way to have it in the replay. On the side so that you can go back and do it, but nobody's watching the video, to be honest, man. It's just not a big deal. You might be wondering why I keep doing this. It's because this is giving me a lot of items and I'm also farming for levels. So that's what I'm doing. So I know it's a bit boring, but it's just time pass. I'm only gonna play for a bit before I go back and do some more like work. I'm addicted. Not really. Honestly, I'm kind of just... I don't have anything much to play, to be honest. So I'm just doing this because I want to get these levels up, and that's about it, to be honest. crazy. Just not. Yeah. This week I'm planning on picking up. I did a bunch of revision work and I'm picking up. I plan to pick up. Not plan to. I'm actually started today or tomorrow. I'm picking up. Not picking up. What am I saying? I'm learning assembly language and learning how to debug in assembly. I should know it, you know what I mean? It's a bit embarrassing. And making sure like I'm revising the CPU. CPU instructions and registers and what they do and what kind of registers we have and various types of, you know, operations that you can have. There's like a specific life cycle as well, like it's called what is it called? It's called. I didn't start learning it yet, so I'm safe for not knowing it, but I should know it. It's called. One second. It's called. I can't find it. I watched a video on it. It's something that I should be knowing like pretty well. It's the fetch, decode, execute cycle. Like what happens in the CPU and how does the RAM work exactly and what kind of things are being stored and where does it go and like to the point of being extremely granular, you know what I mean? And then hopefully like I'll have a better grasp on understanding the like decoding in assembly and then trying to oh my god. Please don't die. There you go. Yeah, so I'm learning that stuff. I'm spending like my time on it. Like I'm not rushing through things, so that's why like I'm enjoying it, to be honest. It's like my new kind of like obsession. The low level stuff. I'm like reading a book right now, which is really cool. I'm enjoying it. It's about computers and how the logic gates work to form things, what we call adders, and how we can like put those adders in multiples, and we can get byte addition. So that's pretty cool. And you can use the it's how you create the arithmetic. I think it's arithmetic logic unit as well in the CPU. You can like anything in your computer can be like it's all translated down to the binary, right? So ultimately you're doing a bunch of arithmetic operations at the very lowest level. So if I can understand how to interpret the best of my ability and be very familiar with machine code or assembly, rather. Machine code is just a bunch of hexadecimal, but that's besides the point. What I mean is like if I can understand the instructions and how memory addresses work. And this is really all it is revision from university. It's shit that I should know, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like I'm so rusty, you know, because it's so out of practice basically. Because the type of work I do is not that intensive in terms of going into the low level and worrying about efficiency and worrying about how fast things execute, but I care about doing that. That's what I want to do. I want to do that type of stuff. That type of stuff is cool to me. At least right now it is. So I'll do like 2 more rounds of this. How long are you here for? Because I'll do 2 more rounds of this and probably, depending on how long you're here for, I'll head off. Because honestly I want to get started. Or maybe I'll just do it on stream. But I don't want to do it on stream. You know, it's a bit embarrassing. Learning new things on stream feels weird. I'm not even learning new things. I should know this stuff. So it's a bit awkward. But I'm pretending like I don't know it, if that makes sense. That's how I'm learning right now. I'm pretending like, so I'm going through shit, even if I know it, even if I'm familiar with it, but like, you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes that's the way to go, if you haven't done it in ages. But yeah, I have to like read it. I have to read a, I'm reading, because I'm running a Linux machine, right? I'm running a, I have to, instead of doing a FASM, which is fast assembly, sorry, flat assembly, flat assembler, sorry, I have to use NASM, which is, it's just a different, kind of, different thing, because I'm using a different what do you call it? I'm using a different operating system, so it matters. NASM. Yep, it's a tutorial, NASM tutorial. This tutorial will show you how to write assembly language programs on x86 64 architecture. You will write both one standalone program and 2 programs that integrate with C, which is what I want to do. Your first program, before learning any details, let's make sure you can type and run programs. Make sure you're both NASM and GCC are installed. Save one of them following the program says hello.as. Yeah, so I'm going to go through this whole shit. Everything. I'm excited, to be honest. It's very, I don't know. It's fun. I like this. I like it. And NASM is a line-based structure of NASM. So NASM is line-based. Most programs consist of directives followed by 1 or more sections. All right. So we have sections and directives. Okay, cool. Lines can have an optional label. So they can have labels that are optional. And then most lines have an instruction followed by 0 or more operands. So operands are so we have an instruction and the operands, so stuff that you're doing. Generally, you put code in a section called .text, and your constant data in a section called .data. So there is, I see .text and then I see .data. Okay. Details. NASM is an awesome assembler, but assembly language is complex. You need more than a tutorial. You need details, lots of details. Be ready to consult the NASM manual, which is pretty good, and the Intel processor manuals. Your first few instructions. god, this is gonna be exciting, bro. Your mission, if you choose to accept it. What happened? What mission? Oh, this whole processing, this whole situation I'm in. Yeah, dude, it's scary. I'm not gonna lie. Assembly looks scary, but I was looking at believe it or not, I was looking at you know, Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, and the GBA. I found a YouTube channel that was talking about assembly. I think it's called 6052 or 60s, something like that. 6052 assembly language. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's like 6052 architecture or something. It's like a something like that. And this was, I was following somebody doing some tutorial on assembly, and he was showing like, oh yeah, so basically when you run, you know, this is how you kind of see the instructions, and looking at this, and it's all about the GBA. It was inside of the GBA's like it was a GBA's like board basically, and it was talking about instructions that the GBA has and stuff like that. I'm like, oh wait, this is actually not that bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not too bad. And then I searched up what is the, you know, what is like the most universal kind of assembly language that I should learn, and it said x86 64 is probably your kind of best, just for coverage, and most modern CPU architectures will be following this. So yeah. Anyways, I'll do this one, and I'll do one more after this, and then I'll dip to go do some work. Apologies for the late, sorry, for the short stream, I should say. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it was good catching up. It was good catching up. Fuck off. Oh, I returned home. Wait, why did I return home? Wait, this is a thing? I didn't even know this was the thing. Wait, I didn't know that. Or do you lose everything or something? I don't even know. Doesn't look like it. This weapon is hard to deal with, these ghost dudes, man. It's slow, it's clunky, but I like the weapon. It's just these ghost guys are just tough cookies to deal with. And they hit like a truck, and they have a stun ability, which doesn't make it easy to do stuff. It looks like I can do a lot of damage. pretty good. I'm kind of excited to start using C language again, to be honest. I've been meaning to like get really good at that language, and I've always liked the language, but I suck balls at the language, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not enough practice. I can't wait to actually write in C again. I did it in university for a bit, and I got a book again recently, and bro, I'm so keen. It's like weird. It's like I dreaded it in university quite a bit because of how manually taxing it is. Like, you have to basically handle most situations on your own. But I don't know, as I've grown older, I think I like the aspect of that because it means you're in full control of what the output is going to be. So the better design, it makes you a better, it makes you better at writing the stuff, basically. And you're in control of like all of the data structures if you want it to, yeah, basically all that. It's cool is what I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm excited. I'm personally excited. Maybe if I get comfortable with it, then maybe I'll do some stuff on stream. I don't know. It'll be like just a weird stream. Oh my god, that is so nice. No, dude. Fuck my life, bro. This is fucking weapon, man. It's so lame. Wait, before I go in, bro. Let me just put this in my inventory. Like, I don't know why I'm pretending like I don't need to use this. Just use what I have, you know? Yeah, I'm keen to, get to a point where I'm super comfortable in C, and then when I'm super comfortable in C, I just want to implement things from scratch. That is like dream level of hopefulness, because the C is not, I mean, it's hard, and you have to be a bit clever, but hopefully I'll get there, bro. This means like my goal, the reason why I thought about this actually, like this didn't come out of nowhere. So if you remember I told you like, hey man, I made a game and I put it on Android or whatever. It's in closed testing right now, but it's available to go onto the market, right? For various reasons, I haven't put it on the market because one of the reasons is I have to make a company and all that bullshit, because if I don't, then they're gonna blast my full name and address, which is not ideal. So that's not cool. So I just decided to kind of like leave it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to. Why would I blast that information out there for free for every bozo on the planet? I hate it so much, dude. Because like my goal was like just to put something out there for my family, friends to play, and maybe some of the boys to play, and I will earn something because like it's running ads. And so, but they're like, if you're running ads, we're gonna have to blast your entire home address. Or business address or whatever. In my case, my business address, I don't have a business address, so my business address is my home address. It's like fucking bullshit. Anyways, so that's why I haven't released it, right? It's just there on closed. Like, if you want to play it, I can send it to you, but like, it's nothing special, you know what I mean? I didn't think it was like, anyways, necessary, but that's besides the point. So yeah, anyways, I worked on that project, right? For, oh my fucking god. Dude, I still get paralyzed. It's so cringe. I hate the ghosts so much. They're so annoying. They're like the soul bane. I worked on the project and I had to fix a bug or something. Or I had to update it actually, based on feedback. I actually made a lot of improvements to the game, and based on feedback. And one of the things I started to notice was that because I'm running it on a game engine. I'm using a game engine, as you know, the game engine Godot. And I like the game engine. It's cool. It's nice. It does a lot of things for you, and it's great. And I don't hate it. Right? I don't have enough experience to say I dislike it or like it a lot. I just like it. It's a good, decent engine to start with, and I think you can get a lot of good shit out of there, right? And so, what happened was, oh, by the way, Silva, just send me, DM me or Gmail or whatever, so I can send you, or email, and I'll send you. I have to get your email so I can add you to the closed testers so you can actually play the game. Send it to me later when you have time, and I'll try and send you the game. What was I saying? So I went to go and update the game to add a few features, and since then the plugin that I was using had an update. So I'm using a plugin for the ad mob. Ad mob is like, you know how you have ads, banner ads, and you know those types of things. So basically that's what that is. Oh my. Look at this guy blasting. So dumb, man. Yeah, so that's what I was using, and I didn't implement that on my own, to be honest. I just set up an account, connected it to the plugin, and the plugin is like a community plugin. It's not like an official plugin or something like that. But the idea, the issue is that it had an update, and I was like, well, you know, if it needs an update and things like that, like. And what, you know, like I have to like worry about, you know, I have to worry about my things breaking based on other dependency, and it's a problem I've had before with other languages, like Python. It's always nice and easy to use things like, you know, your matplotlib or whatever you're trying to use to like show data and things like that. The issue that I kind of was like uncomfortable with, the uncomfortable truth to it was, is like I felt like I was a fraud in terms of, I feel like I'm a fraud basically, because a lot of the stuff I'm using is like libraries, and I don't think it's a bad thing to use libraries and things like that for work, right? I'm using it for work mostly. This is what I'm talking about in the context of work. But it feels really awkward when you get around to trying to do real programming, which is like seriously thinking about the problems that you're trying to solve, trying to intricately create systems that are meaningful for your design of your particular problem solving situation. And I found it a bit uncomfortable that I was, one, getting rusty in a lot of the fundamentals that I should be knowing, things like CPU architecture, heap allocation, stack, you know, that type of situation. And I felt very uncomfortable with not being super competent in it. And one of the things I really didn't like was the fact that I'm relying on someone else's dependency. If that dependency ever went away for whatever reason, or you know, for whatever reason, right? Like maybe I moved computers, I don't have that dependency anymore, I need to add that dependency or something like that. I'm like shit scared that my, you know, piece of code is not gonna run, which is I think it's valid. I think it's valid, to be honest. It's a problem in the weights. What did I say? It's just a problem. It's like a problem. And my code, I'm like worried about it becoming obsolete. It's a problem waiting to happen. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah, that's right. There's a problem waiting to happen. I'm worried about my code. I think one thing I've grown to appreciate with a lot of other people that are way more competent than myself is that they have enough, or they have a really strong fundamental knowledge that they're able to utilize to create systems that are timeless. They're like timeless artifacts that run continuously regardless of the piece of architecture that they're running on. I think that's one thing that I want to achieve in my lifetime, is the competency where I can create things from scratch without the reliance of dependencies, such that that self-contained piece of code is its own it's its own it's its own artifact that can be used 10 years down the line. And I think the only way that I can achieve this, after doing a lot of self-introspection and looking online to see what I can do to really better my skill level as a shitty 2-bit programmer for, is to really elevate the, it's to really seriously, it's to elevate the fundamental knowledge. Like I need to seriously like upgrade that knowledge. And I've done well so far. It's been a couple of maybe 2 weeks since I started taking it seriously. So I revised everything from bit conversions, understanding IEEE 754 format and going back and forth manually. Understanding basic logic gates, the various representations of them, how to design basic circuits, and things like that. I'm still not comfortable in that regard, I'll be honest. I'm still kind of like hopping on that, but I'm learning along the way. And the goal is to eventually build stuff on my own, and build tools that I will use, that I care about, right? I'm not relying on other tools. I'm building my own tools that can help me maybe profile things. Like profiling meaning like, calculating how much RAM usage I'm doing for a particular entity in a video game engine that I've decided to create. And like I'm not gonna go and find tools. I should be able to create those utility tools on my own. Create like a simple CPU simulator or something like that shows some knowledge on how the CPU functions and how to, it's just like demonstrating kind of that knowledge. But yeah, I really dislike the idea of relying on dependencies. The only dependency that should exist is me. And even then, the things that I want to create should be in such a way that if I'm gone, that piece of code can be run and it will execute and do what it was designed to do. I think it's like, I guess what I'm getting at, to put it simply, is like I think I'm moving in the direction of wanting to really pursue systems, like fundamental systems programming, which is extremely difficult. It's like pure low-level programming, and it's like not easy. This is like the big brainiac version of programming. This ain't no Python, automation programming. This is like, I mean, obviously every I'm not shitting on people. I don't want to shit on anyone, but it's like something I want to achieve eventually in my lifetime, is to be able to get to a point where I'm able to create things from scratch. You know what I mean? It's something I want to achieve, and I'm trying to take it seriously. I'm not trying, I am. And hopefully in time I can accumulate that knowledge. And one of the other drivers is because like I think after the experience with Godot and that type of situation, I think I'm not very comfortable, not necessarily developing in it, and I'm happy to do more prototypes in it and create stuff for people and share my shit. and do some nice little things. I created a deck builder recently, by the way, Sova. Like a really proof of concept deck builder. Deck builder roguelike, like similar to Balatro. Just for fun. Like I designed the systems. And I created like the terminal version of it on Godot. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I'm still using it, but it's when it comes to like serious development, if I was to seriously consider building a game from scratch on my own, I think I scope the game really small to at least be able to get something out there. But that being said, my skill, the things that I will create is from scratch, and therefore it will already be very difficult to even work within that small scale. I have to think about rendering pipelines, graphics programming, which is something I've never done before, and I believe it requires a pretty strong level of mathematics that I don't hold yet. So I'm planning on redoing mathematics, like straight up, like redoing the mathematics that I need to know, like things like linear algebra, vector mathematics, that type of basic trigonometry, just so that I know the stuff I need to know for that aspect of things, because like it's not easy. Like this shit is not. I'm like I know I'm saying it like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's probably gonna take me a very long time to achieve what I'm trying to say. But I'm pretty keen because along the way I hope to create like a little bit of a path, like a path of destruction, showcasing my learnings. So like I've got a bunch. I've planned it out, and I've got a bunch of projects that I want to complete along the way to hopefully present to somebody that I know this knowledge. So yeah, I don't know. I hope that things will go well, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, like I have to like worry about like the first thing, when you boot up a game engine, you don't think about the editor. What I'm specifically saying is like I want to be in control of that as well. Like I want to build the editor as well. So you know how you have tile editors and you're creating you just, oh yeah, I just drag this here and then I click. That's what I'm telling you, that I want to design that aspect. I want to go that low. Like I have to be able, I should be in charge of the window. You know how Godot opens up in a window that you open up? I want to figure out how to get that working. Does that make sense? Like I want to be able to create an application from the lowest of the low, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying I am a genius. I'm not, and it's gonna take me a long time, and I want to figure it out. It's a kind of like it's like an odd curiosity on one aspect on how the computer fundamentally works with this type of stuff. I want to get to a point where it's like it's smooth. I understand with what things are happening. I should be able to read like some C code and understand like some of the assembly instructions that are involved with some of that C code that I'm viewing there. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. It's fascinating to think about, because fundamentally we're dealing with operations that are just binary operations at the lowest level. Binary arithmetic is occurring, you know what I mean? Like, and it's interesting to think about. You have like depending on your RAM size and stuff like that, your performance gets a hit. It's interesting to think about that your CPU has a clock rate, and depending on that clock rate, instructions are executed at a certain, within that clock, within that that window of time. Depending on how good your CPU is, it'll be faster or slower, so on and so forth. That's fascinating to think about. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's only, this fascination has only started since I started making that game, right? I made that game and I finished it, and then I put it in closed testing, and ever since then I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, man, I want to do that again. Like, I want to go. I had this weird urge, like, I wish I could go back in time to university to tell myself, like, listen, bro, this shit is cool as fuck, bro. You better pay it, like, cause you're a dumb idiot in the future. You're gonna try and relearn this shit. You better fucking sit down and get the shit right. I mean, I got past it, but I'm so rusty, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just super rusty. Like, I when I was revising the other day, I was like, oh, binary arithmetic. I remember how to do this shit. Cause it just started flooding in. I was like, damn, I remember this stuff. You know, hexadecimal, you know, numbers. Like, we take it for granted so much, but when you try and actually do stuff like that, like logic gates, the simple fundamental kind of actions of how we think about problems, you know? I don't know. Yeah, no, back then I think I was really stressed about actually passing the paper, and mind you, I was trying to keep in mind, back then, for me, at that point when I entered into university, I did not do a single ample of computer science in my entire existence. Up until that point, I didn't know it was a subject when I entered into university. I just want to put that out there. There were a lot of students that were in the class that had done like previous studies in high school because they had a course in high school. I didn't have any courses in high school of computer science, at least at the time. I think now they do, that school does. But at the time when I was there, I didn't have that option, unfortunately. I didn't even know. So, you know, I didn't even know there was, like at the time I remember, like, oh, I didn't even know there's programming languages. You know, things like that. I didn't think about that stuff until like the end of high school, like when I was about to enter computer science. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. But listen, it's never too late. This is why I'm taking it seriously now. I'm trying to just patch up all of the holes that were left behind. You know what I mean? I didn't know computers were a thing. Or better yet, I didn't know, what did I not? I did not know that, I still kind of am like iffy on the fence on how exactly computers and you know, like when you say like, oh, my PC specs, my GPU, like what? I want to know exactly what the fuck is the difference, you know, like to the point of like, oh, I see, because this is larger, this one performs better, or like this is the reason why this one is better than that one. I don't want to be a fucking idiot when it comes to that shit. I really don't. I need to know why a GPU is performing better than the other GPU. Why this CPU is what is so interesting about this CPU? You know, that type of shit. I seriously need to get a grip. You know what I mean? Like, get a grip. This shit I should know. You know? I need to understand how exactly to the granular level. I'm talking about I should know L1, L2, L3 caches like the back of my hand. And what are they? What is an L1, L2, and L3 cache? What is that shit? You know? What is RAM? You know, what is random access memory? What does random mean? What are you saying? What does that even mean, bro? You know, shit like that. That's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just build the fundamentals to get to a point where I understand it. I have a Raspberry Pi, so eventually I could do some testing on that once I start getting the grasp of things a little bit more, so I can do some basic kind of circuitry and things like that, like basics, you know, like microcontroller programming. That's pretty cool. That's an option as well. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up today, so I can actually go, because now I'm in the mood. So I'm gonna go off and read and do some stuff related to that, and then I will I will set up my assembly and stuff like that and get started. Okay, have a good one. Thank you for coming. That's what she said. I appreciate you. Take care. Good luck, boss man. Good luck to you too. I'll see you around. Send me your email and I'll send you a link to the game. If you're Make sure that if you're on your phone or something, you copy the link and paste it in your Chrome, because sometimes the link will break if you just try and tap it on your Discord. I'll send it to you, and yeah. So just give me your email. I'll send you the link. Take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.